Lộc chữ thơ ta chỉ để lên ngắn nè chữ ý 이 피카츄레 아니 아주 국치 남기나 신경 아주 사 포부기 정대로 아티즈레서 제장 대행 아주 아그네저 냠도 벽에 돈이 좀데 식당 인지기에 돈이 좀데 찍로게다 제장 대행 아주 벽에 돈에 로약이 좀디 민라 보펜데 진짜 카셰기니마 국치 로요디 챙겨래 국치로 말아 피카츄기 로요디 챙겨래 국치기 피카츄기 국치라 로서 아니 대링아죠 아구네조라 아니 부벤데기 종디 냠도 로기인다 아구네조 캐란 차지인데 차지 아구네조 차지인라스다 아니 아구네조 캐란 야포 치니니 아니 아주 상만냠도 로기인다 라샤 당연히 아구네조 얘라 고라게 종냠도 로벌다 아구네조 야포 치니니 국지 차지인데
당연히 차지
아구네조다 직체 국지다 니체 아니 아주 대링 종대 빼야 부지로기 아니 종대기 민라 카레 보펜데 아니 종대기 좀보 짜라 세배 보모 친지 체링초라 체링초기 종대디 점교래도 아니 모랄라 로바 친이 모랄기 아바 체링 튼조 프라이니기 종망고 점이와 같은 냠도 로한바 이 제장 대링 체링초기 보펜데기 꼴라 종시야래도 아니 국치 응알라 지워지되다 보모 친지 디기 통로 가르쳐샤
어머 친구들이 배박이 추바 장구 그래서 홍보도 장구
다가랑 다가 국치기라서 보모 친지디기 추바 장구다 원주 세버주 그런도아 제장 뭐라 배배 보모 진살다 응아즈 따인다 치링초 롭더니 침도 로용 웨이크업 내조 통기다 치링초 니마직 롭더니 나라 로용 웨이크업 디갑라 랑가라 갈투도 보벤데직 풀용네 치링츠 라베 톨라팝 보벤데 네 부마우 부 낙보다 마우 지겨서 어디직 풀용네 치링초게 랑바가라마 팝레스 내 치링초기 베이쿠 모멘지 키도아 아니 뭐랑 추바킨체 라라라라라 치드자바니데 보벤데직 팝용네 뭐랑이 랑바가라 팝레스 치링츠 부벤데데 치니 낭라용 부벤데 그다 치링츠 라고 친지디가라 부벤데디 참뭐 치니라 칼레치네 아니 낭라 킬레레스라 부벤데 너니티 수도여베 메도기 로마 쳔보시기 토라샤 네 부벤데 치링츠기 낭라키 아니 카왈라샤르라소 쿠치
你这个数的啥了？
你这个数啦，新农钱包这个来说，新农钱包的讲，咱罗马钱包这个来说的讲了啥的？你底下呢开始动，可以明了，没涨到，可你做不住，可以明了开始到了说没涨到来说，清楚的。不变的，这样的明了没涨来的了，你这个不变的了，明啥我知道多。还可是要你做没涨，没涨，我那没涨嘛，但没涨大的。公务台没涨，吃不住的，吃人错要不了苦呢，怕有了苦。公大的了没涨的，我那现在没涨不清楚几来呢，公大的了没涨，吃不上呢。치링츠에 잡라키는 코란이 파유초스 페바데스 푸니조도 삼바 람파라 아니 리당 추당 망보게네 아니 파유초라 푸레스라 당보 파유라데도 삼바 치링초 벼도 렘네 랑기 암니라투 치링초 수두도네 부벤데다
뽀뽀 도시 뽀뽀
저게 벽에 가시 사자카실라 암니 라이로 사자카실라 뽀뽀 라이도 제장 지링 속에 암니 들었을 암니 라빨라 칼유키도 암니에 추버근도 아니 데 보벤데 지링초 암니 먼저 장마 파유 별랄레레 지링초 가주 첨부게 라 지링초 빼가레세 암니 라빨라데 카르유가 랍스린 속이 심 보벤데 데티 아니 디 마세 가주 첨부게라나 빼가레라 호다 하고자 아니 지링초기 뽀뽀투와 마세라 암니투와 마세 지링초기 야루 빵가라양투 야루 아주 야루기 동시에바지와 팅기대요 야루 빵가라나 야루 되기 밍레도아 야루 빵가라에 투레스 나 컨스데 응데 지링초기 야루 빵가 탐도 아니 야루 빵가 동발라타나 가두에 심바조도 쿠치
야루 라타나 야루 빼가샤.
nghe xong gitu yaru de mi chembo na tong ba ge mu shu da yaru chiring so da bu pende ne pekares di ma se bu pende thang chiring so 포장 보달라 제가 줘도 와 하살라 요로 포장 보달라 디수기 포장래 그치 하고요
냐마 공사처 슈사들의
다가랑 녀마 콘서트 슈사이 공가기 포장디 포장보달라 빼침보다 잠리나로라 게다침보요라 디딩아란조 베기 제살하사 제장 무펜데당 스링초 별치네 코라니 암니당 라 단다 야루 빵가 투아마세 아니 하살라 포장보달라에 제가 조레스 와우 본이게 사자 담는다 친도 아니 걔네 포무치린 초당 매장니 가중아 랑기 침라로 아니 코라니 별라 유고조니라 벽이 사자 가와 가살라 친 아니 보달라 제가 조디 치도 잠바 아니 치린 초다 매장라나 단다 부벤데디 미로 코라니 추란자 수수기 낭라 롤레레스라 코라니 낭디 가왈림바도도 니기 디삼바디 ngo신기에 국지
코란 예선나 인사래.
코란 예선나 인사레스 네조 기랑기 삼바디 가와유메 하고요 띵네타나 아리기 샌프란시스코 레인사레 칸치닐라나 샌프란시스코 라틴데기 삼바 쳔보 마오지겨레 오 와우 국지 네조기라서 지랑기라나 단다 부벤데디 지rinso 코라니 낭라리두스라 다가랑 코라니 낭라레웨 랑갈라 삼바 마오 체부지 디디 단다 네조기라나 신기 아리기 샌프란시스코라 골든 브리지 라 실기 삼바라 니케라 침부조라 오디레도 레라서 오디
아세 삼바 마르보기라 침보치 아니 아리기 nga데 chigna ngade dimingla San Francisco la rondi samba mabudir regula
lao ngade California in Rora sacha kurang yosadi San Francisco on digi samba de do ani chejan china chiringsugi nangdi California la yosarda ngaju New York la yora chiringsu nang California la yosar ani sani de la 부벤데 사니데라 칭주 니세드 잠바라 부벤데 나다 친지르교 보무치링조 못이네 니드쇼 야구타드 잠바 디고네레다 치링조다 부벤데 별로 들어도 안 오네
일람당도아
치링조기 니람나라 부벤데 최부차 아니 코라니 별로 암니투 나살라 네고조 상마치서 이내양 사니데라 부벤데 남주난 시라 노마난 신기 진지 제로마간라 되어레자니 치린소 안데 니쿠니데레스 좀 니무 좋으세
땡 연부 총스 니는 마음부 당근다.
Yeah, nilam tana. Nga zi changma samsam nilam tangi ra pyo la zhe ya. Ni ma ji nga zi changma pyo la zhe tu ya yi de wa yor da bu pian de da, qi ring zuo da, ne zuo da, ku qi da, Pikachu da nga zi changma. Jing xin na bu pian de gi nang xin gi nam zhu jik xue ne nga zi pyo la zhe ya yi de. 다가 라 이름 주소니 아주 비기 좀 되는 차소니 아주 모두네 제마양 중심발로이 아니다 아주 장막이 쿠치 인지기 좀 가릴로아이나니 델라야 고치니 센쇼
I am Kangaroo and I'm going to read a book called Bunny Cakes. And today our friend, or two of our friends are participating, right? Our parrot and our Pikachu are going to be my students and they will be answering some questions that I will ask them. And I hope they're excited. And I hope you're excited to join us in this reading session too. I hope you enjoyed the wonderful book in Tibetan, because I know we read that book before, but there's always something new to learn, right? Even if you're reading something multiple times, every single time you read it, I'm sure there's something new that you can learn from each book. So I'm excited. This is a new book. We haven't read Bunny Cakes, and it's written by Rosemary Wells, and it's about making cakes. So if anyone's birthday is coming up, maybe you want to think about baking some cakes. Let's see. There we go. So Pikachu, have you ever made cakes before?
I tried, but they were not that good.
I see. So let's see. It was Grandma's birthday. Max made her an earthworm birthday cake. No, Max, said Max's sister Ruby. We're going to make Grandma an angel surprise cake with raspberry fluff icing. Ooh, she wants to make a raspberry fluff icing. Max wanted to help. Don't touch anything, Max, said Ruby. But it was too late. Ruby sent Max to the store with a list that said eggs. Let's see what Max is going to actually buy. Max wanted red hot marshmallow squirters for his earthworm cake. So he wrote red hot marshmallow squirters on the list. Pikachu, do you see what our friend Max wrote here on the list?
I see egg, but I can't read the other things.
That's right. He scribbled something, right? And let's see what happens when our friend goes to the grocery store. The grocer could not read Max's writing. Eggs, said the grocer, and he gave Max eggs. So what do you think Max came back with?
I guess since his handwriting is not visible for the grocer, so maybe he just got eggs and nothing else.
Yeah, that's right. Max brought the eggs home to Ruby. Don't bump the table, Max, said Ruby. So, Parrot, how would you describe Ruby's attitude?
Since Ruby said, don't do that, maybe Ruby is a little impatient.
Yeah, Ruby is a little bit, I would say, commanding, right? She's asking Max to do a lot of things and she's like, don't touch it, don't move that, right? A bit commanding. But it was too late. Ruby sent Max back to the store with a list that said milk. Yeah. And what do you think Max will do?
I think Max is gonna give the list to the grocer and he'll buy milk.
Let's see if he does that. This time, Max wrote red hot marshmallow squirters in a different way. Max hoped and hoped for his squirters, but the grocer still could not read Max's writing. Milk, said the grocer, and he gave Max milk. So Unexpectedly, he came back with just milk. So Max brought the milk home to Ruby. There's a yellow line on the floor, Max, said Ruby. You can't step over that line. So look at that. Ruby is creating all these boundaries and sending Max to the store. Is poor Max. But Max crossed the line anyway, overworked the flower, and Ruby got out her pencil. She wrote flower. Now Max had to go back. And this time Max wrote red hot marshmallow squirters in the most beautiful writing he knew. He wrote down the right spelling of red hot marshmallow squirters.
I think maybe Max doesn't know how to write it.
Let's see. Max could almost taste the marshmallow squirters. Flour, said the grocer, and he gave Max flour.
Oh no, Max.
When Max got home, there was a sign on the kitchen door. Max, the kitchen is no place for you, said Ruby. Ruby finished up her cake. Look at that, right?
Oh, wow.
And then she baked it and cooled it and iced it with raspberry frosting as she planned. It needs something else, Max, said Ruby. Birthday candles, silver stars, sugar hearts, buttercream roses, wrote Ruby. Meanwhile, Max had a brand new idea. What do you think is his idea this time?
I don't know.
Okay, maybe Parrot, take a guess.
Maybe Max really wants marshmallow on the cake. Maybe he's gonna make his own marshmallow.
Great guess. Let's see what happens. Okay. He drew a picture of red hot marshmallow squirters on Ruby's list and ran to the grocer. He could not wait. Birthday candles, silver stars, sugar hearts, buttercream roses, said the grocer. What's this? Why, it must be red hot marshmallow squirters.
Whoa!
Thankfully, our grocer figured it out based on the image, based on the picture that Max drew.
Wow, he must be really good at drawing.
Yeah, Max was very smart about, figuring out a way to get what he wanted without knowing how to write it, right? Ruby's cake looked just beautiful, as you can see here with a raspberry fluff icing. And then Max went out and put caterpillar icing on his earthworm cake. What a wonderful story, isn't it? Grandma was so thrilled and she didn't know which cake to eat first. So Parrot, if you were to get these two cakes, which one would you eat first?
I would eat the raspberry cake. I think it looks very, very yummy.
Yeah, I do like raspberry as a flavor too. I like more tart flavor than sweet, so I would also prefer the raspberry as well. So that's the end of our bunny cake story. And I think I give a lot of credit to our friend Max. He was very creative. Don't you agree, Pikachu?
I agree. Max is very smart and he was not fighting back to Ruby, but he was thinking and he was trying to find a way to communicate and he got it. So
yeah, that was very creative. And Ruby, being maybe the big sister, I'm just assuming based on the story, is a bit commanding and she kind of orders Max around and Max is very obedient. And partly, I think I kind of understand why Ruby was acting that way because, when Max enters the kitchen, he, topples down things and he's getting into accidents quite a bit. So partly, I think Ruby was frustrated by that. And so she didn't want to have that kind of interruption as she was trying to create her raspberry cake. Anyhow, so that's the end of our story. And I hope you enjoyed reading with our friend Pikachu and the parrot and the kangaroo. We hope you'll join us again next time. And we will see you again next Thursday at 7 o'clock. Thank you. Have a good night.
Bye bye.